Hello, hello. I am Kelly Chun, and I am so excited that you are here. You are stepping out and beginning something new, or maybe you've been here a little while and you are beginning to grow a team and you want to know how to train others. But if you're brand new, you're certainly in the right place. Um, we want to do a short training today that's quite basic and fundamental that'll tell you kind of the basics of getting started and the customer flow for you. That will hopefully will improve kind of your rapport with clients and let you just see from the outside of how to walk people through the process of getting what they want. Because there's a quote by Zig Ziglar that says, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, whatever that may be. So, my goal today is to help you get what you want. So, if you like, again, if you're brand new, this is a place to be. We're going to kind of go very basic. And if you're beginning to grow a team, hopefully this will help to prepare you in training them or just bring them back to this video, whatever is easier for you. So again, I'm Kelly Chun. I've been with Partner Co. A little while now, and I love it. It's been such a blessing for me and my family. Um, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So one of the first things you want to do is on your social media profile. We mainly use Facebook here. You can use any platform you want, but if you are on Facebook, that's my chosen platform just because that's mainly where my audience is. We do have some Facebook groups that are advantageous to be a part of from the support you get, but also for boosting and increasing your engagement. We also have some announcements and some communication through Facebook. So I would encourage you to be a part of that, even if you choose to work your business mainly on a different platform. I choose Facebook again because that's where most of my audience is. Um, but if you are on whatever form of or platform you're on, I would encourage you to set it your profile. We're mainly going to be talking about Facebook, but to professional mode. And the way you do that is when you bring up your personal profile, you'll see these three little dots below your picture and your cover photo. You'll see these three little dots. Now, mine is already set to professional mode. But when you click those three dots, it will take you to a screen that looks very similar to what you see on the right here. And where that arrow is, it says turn off professional mode. Yours should say turn on professional mode unless it's already on. That's going to give you access to many other useful tools. Number one, it's going to allow you to schedule some posts. So if you are still working full time, if you are just a busy mom, with a very busy on the go lifestyle, if you travel a lot with work, whatever you have in your life that clutters it up, we all have something, right? Busy is in your own perspective. I try not to use that word because it clutters the mind, I think, for us to claim that. So don't claim that you're busy. Claim that you're going to be productive today with a full schedule. How about that? That puts a little different twist on it. But this will allow you to do just that, to be a little more productive with your time. So, what I do is once a week, I will go in and pre-schedule some of my posts. If you've been here very long, you've seen that we have some social media already prepared for you with text and graphics. So it makes it very simple for anyone to do coming into this company and this business regardless of what level you want to be at, you will want to tap into that system. You'll hear us call it the SOG or system of growth. This is what we're talking about. And so you'll want to turn on that professional mode because it's going to allow you to schedule those posts. It's also going to give you some other information like your insights, like what is performing best. Now, I will say, in addition to those posts, you're going to want to schedule some other things. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So some of the resources you're going to want to set up, I call it loading your tool belt, is it because it does set you up to grow and succeed in the business. The first one is Boards. That is a free app. You can just search it in your app store, whether you have an Apple device or an Android device. It's there in the app store for either application. And depending on where you are in the business, and you may have a board that is very specific to you and your team. You can actually create your own boards, but the free version of Boards, which most people do starting out, um, you just download it and then you join the board that your sponsor, whoever brings you into the business, sends you, because they have your best interest at heart, I grant you. One of the ones we use that we have simplified for new people coming into the business is this one here. So you may want to grab a screenshot of that. It's a very simple board to get you started. You can always add things later that you want to save personally just for quick access. But this board has everything you need. It has your text scripts to respond to potential clients, to follow up with clients. It has your ingredient list. It has a way to track your customers. That's going to be very important going forward as well. I'm going to do a different training that's specific to that board and how to use it. But starting out, just know you need to go ahead and download that app and be ready. The next thing I would encourage you to go ahead and download is your business app, the Partner Co Share app. It also is in any format. It's in your app store, and it's downloadable and free. You will sign into that app with your brand partner ID number and your password, just like you do on the full website version. And it's all the same information. It just makes it very mobile on your device so that you can do business wherever you are, right from the palm of your hand. There is one group I encourage you to join immediately, which is called Partner Co Nation. That is a big group of all brand partners where we just like to celebrate one another. We have some announcements on there about big calls that you will want to attend as they come about. Anything that's going on in the business that's relevant to you and your business will be on that page. But we do use that a lot just to love on brand partners and celebrate our wins, because there's a lot of wins here and a lot to celebrate. So I would encourage you to get those three things downloaded. Now back to boards, I will say that there is a paid version. It is not required. I even say starting out that that free version most likely will do everything you need it to do. But there is a paid version. You can either do a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. They often have discounted programs where you can get that for a very low price. But regardless of what you pay for that, remember that you were in business and it is a tax deductible expense. You can write that expense off your earnings at the end of the year, because it is something you use to support your online business and you will use it every day. So when you have those tools in place, the next thing I would encourage you to do is what we call a social launch. That is in Boards. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's in Boards. So you're going to be posting twice a day at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Now, those are the times where studies have shown, and Facebook has even given us the information that that is the time of day when traffic, social traffic on Facebook, on that platform, is at its highest. You will find that a lot of brand partners are on there during those times as well. And in the boost groups, I'll talk more about the boost groups in a later video when I go over boards and posting. But know that it is not any type of company requirement. I have people say, oh gosh, there's no way I can post at 9 and 3 because I'm at work and my work won't allow me to post. Well, one thing is when you set your profile to professional mode, you can schedule some of those things out. But if your social media is monitored by your employer, and or if there's just no time for you to be on there at that given time, don't sweat that. Get on there when you can. So if you have to post around your work hours, I know educators often face that challenge. Then post earlier and later. whenever you're going to be on there. Because here's a thing, we have something that is called, and I'm going to do a training on this as well. Be watching for that about how to leverage social media and work the algorithm for increasing your visibility online and growing your brand presence. But you're going to want to do what's called a social media sandwich. So I'm going to encourage you, whatever time of day you choose, you can schedule those posts as well, even if it has to be outside of those times. Schedule it for whatever time of day works for you. But I will say this, don't count on just posting and everybody's going to flock to that and purchase from you. You're going to want to, because the way Facebook works, it is a social platform. So Facebook wants to see you being social. So I want to briefly talk about the social media sandwich. You'll hear this a lot in network marketing. So I would say for 5 to 10 minutes before your scheduled post, if at all possible, that's why I like for it to be at a time of day when you were able to actively be online. You want to just go in real quickly. What I do in the mornings before my scheduled post is I will hop on and wish some people happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Oh, that vacation looks great. Where did y'all stay? Just something to show that I'm being social online. Then your post, whether it be scheduled or whether you're online, posting that directly from the app, the boards app, from those posts that are pre-prepared for you. Then you're going to want to engage with other people after that post. We have what's called a boost group. And again, I'll be sharing a little more about that later, but it's a group of like-minded people that are brand partners in this same business. And they will, you can share your post in that group and they will come and comment on yours. And then you will respond like with uh, the same engagement. So for instance, if I'm in a boost group and I'm posting, let's say at 7 a.m., I'm going to go on at 6:55 or 6:50. I'm going to go in and wish some people happy birthday, happy anniversary, talk about their vacation, talk about their kids, talk about something. And then my post, I share it into the boost group. And when I do that, because it is a boosting group and we're all feeding one another with engagement, then when you post yours into that group, you're going to spend a few minutes going in and loving on the 5 posts above you. That means engaging with the 5 posts that were posted into that group before you went in there and shared yours. What that does is, because you're not going to ask them to come and support you and your business if you've not given back to the community, right? So you're going to go in, love on some people's posts. I'm going to love it, like put a heart on it or wow it, something besides just a thumbs up, right? Because the algorithm in Facebook sees that as having a heavier weight. That shows that there's a bigger score of interaction. If I love something or I wow something, then I'm engaging more than just to click that blue thumb. It takes a minute more for me to hold over that thumb and then go over to the heart button, and Facebook values that. Then I'm going to comment with 5 to 10 words. It's going to be something genuine about that post. I'm not going to just have some saved responses, but I'm going to say something genuine that is relevant to that post. People will be posting before and afters, but some other people may be posting a lifestyle post for engagement, or they may be posting something about the business. Um, they may be posting something more personal. So please read their posts and make a genuine comment with an interaction other than just the blue thumb. You want a love, a wow, and then a 5 to 10 word comment that is relevant and genuine. So for instance, if Jenny posts something about her mother now sleeping better since she started the products, I'm going to say, I'm so happy for your mother, Susie, that she's getting a great night's sleep. That's one of the things I first noticed when I began the Slenderized Body System. I started sleeping better because my hip pain was better. That would often wake me up at night. Something that is genuine. One of the first things I noticed was my hip pain was better. Or I too noticed that I was beginning to sleep better through the night because my hot flashes were better. Something genuine regarding that post. 5 to 10 words. Then the next 5 people that share their post inside that boost group will then come and love on your post. The next step you do is you want to comment back and respond to every single comment and engagement you get on your post. In the beginning, you may have a lot of people saying, hey, have you been hacked? I know I got that when I started, is people thought it was not actually Kelly anymore, that my account had been hacked because I was posting about something different. And so our system of growth, and is some social media posts in there that lead up to you sharing the drops, but not everybody sees every post. So if someone in your network that follows you missed those first few posts, they may think you've been hacked. And so when they say that, say, laugh about it, say, absolutely not. This is really Kelly. I'm going to send you a message in your inbox. Now, here's another little pro tip. When you take your message to their inbox, Facebook algorithm sees that as a higher quality engagement. If Susie Q is commenting on my post and asking me that, and I say, I'm going to message you, then Facebook says, oh, well, Kelly is great friends with Susie Q. And then they're going to put my posts, my future posts, in front of Susie Q every time she logs into Facebook for a period of time after we have spoken in her inbox. So that's a great way to also make yourself visible to the people who are watching. People will also ask, tell me more about the drops. That's when your text scripts that are already pre-made for you come in from boards. So the next thing is use those scripts. Everything is in there and how you respond when someone asks about the drops or the business. It's in there. It also sets you up to begin to coach people from the very first interaction, either in how to be successful in their health journey or how to come into the business. So whatever path is right for them. Remember, again, we're here to help them get what they want, whatever that may be today. So use those scripts. So let's say Susie Q says, hey, have you been hacked? I say, absolutely not. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to send you a message to your inbox. I take it offline to her inbox and I say, hey, Susie Q, I've actually partnered with a health and wellness company. I'll leave it right there. She's going to say, tell me more about it. What is this product I've been seeing? What did they use in that before and after? My first text message in the scripts says, these are body balancing drops. They help to balance hormones. You take them under your tongue 3 times a day. And I've been buying in bulk to save people money. There's no ick there. It does not sound salesy. I'm just answering Susie Q's question. I don't say anything else about price. I don't say anything about how they get it. That's all I say because that's actually all Susie Q asked, right? Then inevitably, our social media is set up on a sales process. I'm a nurse. I don't know how to sell, but the people who set up this system of growth for us are much smarter than I and do know about sales. So they have set this up on the sales process, the scripts, the social media, everything that works magically. So you're going to want to follow the scripts in order, and you're also going to want to follow the social media posts in order. So if it says day 1 at 9 a.m., post that one first on day 1. If it says day 1 at 3 p.m., post that particular post in order. The next day, you're going to do day 1, 9 a.m., day 1, 3 p.m. or afternoon, whatever your board says, because they are set up to make people, their interest increase throughout watching you on social media until they begin to ask questions. And then you use those scripts. Inevitably, Susie Q is going to say, how much are those? My next script says the price is, and let me know if you want a box. And the next thing Susie Q is going to say to you is how do I get them? And then the next script message tells her how to get them and how to pay you. And so follow the scripts. It is simplified for you. It is nothing but the nuts and bolts of what you need to know, but it does have everything you need to know. And if you run across a unique situation where you feel like the adequate answer is not in there, reach up, reach to the sideline, reach to somebody. We are here again to help you get what you want and what you need. Then you're going to follow up weekly. You're going to love on them. You're going to celebrate them. You're going to make sure they know how to follow the system. And so I'm going to go now to my next screen. That's really where your customer flow comes in. Once Susie Q has paid you and you have provided her box of drops to get started, then at delivery, there's a text message in your scripts that says, I can't wait for you to get great results. This is how you take your drops. Here's the food plan. Make sure to take pictures and your measurements. And so now Susie is set up to get started. And then at week 1, she's got her drops in hand. She's begun to do some perusing of the food plan. Maybe she's gone grocery shopping. She is beginning to get her feet wet in here, right? She's beginning to take the drops and figure out how this system works to balance her hormones and get to feeling better. So week 1, as you see on the screen, you're setting them up for success. They're just getting started. And as we all know, that first week can be a little rocky, just getting into a groove and into a routine of remembering how to take the drops. And so you're going to reach out to Susie Q and you're going to send her a follow-up message. You can remind her again, because most people don't do it when you first ask them to take her pictures, to get her measurements. It's only for her. I always assure them that this is not something I'm asking you to share with me. This is for you. Oftentimes they will want to share it later when they have their after, right? When they remeasure, when they reweigh, when they have new updated pictures, because typically they are blown away and then they want to share. But I always tell them, this is for your eyes only. This is for your benefit. But please go ahead and get those measurements and take those pictures. You're going to equip them. It's in boards. You're going to send them a way to set reminders in their phone. You may want to share tips. Try to get, 30 ounces of water in before lunch, whatever it is. Drink water before you have anything else on your stomach in the mornings. Whatever your tips are that you typically share with your customers, we have some more information coming on that where you can plug in and support them with small little tips as they go throughout their first 28 days on the program. You may want to share a recipe. You may want to share what you have for breakfast in the mornings on the go. A lot of people are not going to take time to prepare eggs and some turkey bacon and a slice of avocado and fruit or whatever they want to have in the mornings. They may do that on their off days, but let's face it, we're all full schedule on the go, blasting out in the mornings, right? And so you may want to say, hey, I typically have a Pure Nourish shake, or I may have, a boiled egg on my way out the door. I may, whatever yours is that you want to share with them to help them. I actually put a little MCT oil in my coffee. I always tell my customers that, because if you have that little bit of added fat in the morning, it will help keep your cravings at bay, especially that first week when they're getting started. I also tell them but to me, the most important tip you can give them is to get the drops in their body by setting the alarms in their phone. Take them by the clock if they have to. People think they've blown the whole day if they don't time it perfectly with a meal. So I tell everybody, the most important thing getting started is to get the drops in your body at a given time. Take them by the clock until you're in the routine. So set those alarm in your phone. I've been taking them now for over a year, and I still use alarms in my phone to remind me. And you're also going and to remind them to drink water, increase their water intake, because that's going to help to flush out toxins. The next thing you're going to do during that same conversation is introduce them to more support. So we have a message in our boards that says, "Hey, Susie Q, I want you to meet my friend." The message says sponsor. We're never going to use that word with our friend Susie Q. "Hey, Susie Q, I wanted to also introduce you to my friend, Jane, your sponsor, your sideline friend, whoever's going to help you with this process that you partner up with. Hey, Susie Q, I want to introduce you to my friend Jane, who will also be supporting you on this journey." And then Jane is going to come in and say, "Hey, Susie Q, welcome aboard. We're so happy you're here. If you have questions, please feel free to shoot us a message here. Our goal is to support you in this journey." Nothing else really has to be said, but now Jane feels loved and supported. If she has a question at any time, she's going to feel more comfortable answering it. And now there's two of you to love on Jane throughout this on Susie Q throughout this process. So she's going to follow the process. One of you are going to be able to answer her questions most likely in a very timely manner if she has a question. The more we are in communication with Susie Q as she begins this journey, the more likely she is to stick and stay. The next week, we have a new set of scripts in your boards. We're going to celebrate Susie Q, the new dropper. So we have a message that says, "Hey, Susie Q." Now remember, we're going to be super positive because as humans, our mind tends to go negative. So you're not going to ask a drab question. You're not going to just say, "Hey, tell me about your week," because most people's minds, they are, remember, busy, negative connotation. They have a million things on their mind, and our minds as humans generally go negative if they're not redirected. So we're going to keep this very positive, right? And we're going to be asking for the win. We're going to be assuming a positive when we communicate with our new dropper. So I'm going to say, "Hey, Susie Q, tell me all the good things. Tell me about your wins this week. How are you feeling? How are you sleeping? I'm looking for something good here," when she responds. And so when you lead them with positivity, their mind is redirected to positive. So, and then I don't care how small it is, you're going to act like it's the greatest thing ever because it is to Susie Q, who's just beginning this journey. If she is now sleeping through the night, huge. If she has lost 1 pound, huge. If she is finding it easier to drink water, huge. If she has gone to bed without a sweet in the evening after dinner, huge. If that's all it is, that's a big deal. Um, and so you're going to congratulate her. "Susie Q, that is awesome." That's a sign that the drops are working in your body. So keep going. And you ask if she has questions. And then what do we do again? We collaborate, we celebrate with a three-way text message again. So I'm going to bring Jane into the conversation in three-way message again. "Hey, Jane, my friend and sponsor. Hey, Jane, I wanted to let you know about Susie Q's wins this week. She's been on the drops for 10 days, and guess what? She's already lost 2 pounds, and she slept through the night without any night sweats." Bing, bing, bing. My friend and sponsor, Jane, is going to say, "Susie Q, that's awesome. That's a sign the drops are working. Congratulations." And then we're going to feed her with more positivity. We're going to answer any questions, and we're going to encourage her. She may have a question about how to tweak a recipe. She may want to know what type things she can prepare for her entire family for dinner, because right here, we're only eating real food. This is good for our entire family. And so we can give her maybe some new recipes. We may send her to a Facebook group where we share some things like that, whatever it is. But we answer questions, we celebrate her, we encourage her to keep going. That next week is when we know that she's winning. So we're going to message Susie Q, our new dropper, again. We're going to continue to celebrate and love on her, but we're also now going to offer some options. We're going for the ask, okay? Hey, tell me, you may want to celebrate her again. Tell me all the good things. So I know last week you were still having that joint pain. How is it this week? Um, I know that's getting better. Tell me how much better your cravings are. Remember to always keep your conversation very positive. You want to lead them with positivity and assume there's something good. Okay. So then you're going to talk about the offers. So I know you're about to be out of drops, Susie. So I've got some options for you. You can, number one, continue to get your drops from me. I sell at 160. You may want to continue to get your drops from me at XYZ price. Or number two, you may want a bigger discount. Or number three, you may want my wholesale discount and to earn some money. Which one of those options is best for you? Now, even if Suzy Q is not ready to jump into the business and start sharing with her friends and family, it has planted a seed about the business. But some people are already feeling so much better. They're wanting to tell their friends. They've already told their husband, they've told their sister, they told their girlfriend at church. And so they do want to begin to share and tell people about it. Regardless of what Suzy Q's answer is, you're going to again celebrate her. If she wants to continue to get drops from you, I would. This is what I do. I'm certainly glad to do that. I do want you to know about the savings. So to get a wholesale discount saves you, whatever that amount is, over what you're paying me. That may or may not, they may want to do that. They may not be ready to do that. You want to support them in whatever their journey is. Remember, it's about them. It's about their needs and wishes, not yours, because we're here to help them get what they want, right? But if they say, well, tell me, most everybody is going to at least say, tell me about the bigger discount. And so they can come in here with a membership as a wholesale purchaser and get not only the bigger discount on their drops, but now they have access to that discount across our full portfolio of products. Then you can begin to say, if you're on a protein shake, if you are taking a multivitamin, you can redirect those funds and purchase that with your wholesale discount here as well. Regardless of whether they say 2 or 3, you're going to take them back to the text message scripts. We have 2 messages. One is if they say number 2, I want the bigger discount. Then I'm going to put them again in a 3-way message with my friend or sponsor, Jane, and I'm going to say, hey, Jane, Suzy Q is loving the drops. These are her 3 wins, whatever they are, or whatever her big win is. She's feeling so much better. She has great energy. She wants to continue on the drops, but she's interested in the wholesale discount. Can you share with her what the next steps are? Now, do I need Jane to tell her those things? No. But remember, we're already coaching them. We want them to feel supported. We don't want to be the only one they talk to. We want them to know that we're not here alone, because if they choose the business, we want them to know that they have more than just Kelly to support them. We want to already be beginning relationships. We want them to know how to do the third-party validation in such an easy way that's already set up for them because they've already done it, right? So when they come into the business, then it's not awkward. Okay. If they say, well, I might be interested in earning some money, or absolutely, I want to earn some money, then there's a message for that as well. And I'm going to take them back into a 3-way message and I'm going to say, hey, Jane, my friend and sponsor. Hey, Jane, Suzy has had such tremendous wins. She wants to get our wholesale discount, but she also wants to know how to earn some money. Will you share with her what her next steps are? Then whoever's in that with you has a different board they're using with text scripts to respond. And they're going to respond with the steps that Suzy Q needs to know to move forward. Let's say Suzy Q says, I just want to continue on drops with you. We'll see how it goes. I'm not completely sure. I want to stay on them. Or maybe she says, you know what? I am going to have to wait and, maybe revisit this in the fall, or whatever her response is. you're going to, regardless of what that is, always stay in relationship with Suzy Q. You're going to love on her. She's continuing on drops. You're going to love on her every week and continue this process of celebrating third-party validation with your friend and sponsor, and continue to offer that discount. You may also want to direct her to what other health goals she has. So let's say Suzy Q has a lot of, or she may have had an injury. Let's say she just started walking for her health and twisted her ankle, and now she's got an injury. We have a product for inflammation. Let's say she is diabetic and is having struggles with her blood sugar and wanting to snack after a meal despite the drops, something like that. We have another product, Sugar Stop, that she may want to add in for blood sugar support and to block some of those carbohydrates she's still eating. Remember that first month, some people are not completely detoxed. And so that's an item we could offer her to support her. Again, we're making it about her and not us. Their interests, not ours. And so we may need to guide them a little bit. Maybe she has digestive issues. We have a product that could support her digestion. Whatever it is, we just need to support Suzy Q and whatever she needs. But regardless, we're going to love and support her. If she does not want to continue on this journey, you always have it in good terms. You're going to continue to stay in contact with Suzy Q, even if she doesn't stay on product right now, because she's going to come back. I've seen it over and over. They will come back around. They're still interested, but they want to work with someone that they know, like, and trust. So make sure that's you going forward. And you're going to say to Suzy Q, listen, thank you so much for trusting me. I know we can, if you are willing to stick with it, we can get you a win. If this is not the right time for you, you let me know when it is. And leave it on a very positive note. And then you stay in contact with Suzy Q. When you have specials, when you have some offer, when you, but routinely, you're going to circle back to Suzy Q. You're going to engage with her on social media, and you're going to continue to follow her and build relationships. If you have questions going forward, how to use your boards, how to access those scripts, which one is appropriate next, whatever that is, I tell you just to get in boards, read through all those options, look and see what you've got available to you, be familiar with it. It's going to make sense as you begin to use it and walk people through this customer flow. So if or when you have questions, there are no silly questions to ask. We've all been where you are. We all started by ourselves as a team of one, okay? So we've all been right there, and we've all been new to boards and new to the system of growth and new to having customers of our own. So we have walked where you are. And so never be shy to ask a question. Ask your sponsor, ask upline, ask sideline, ask in a group, ask somewhere, and let us help you get what you want out of this journey. And so thank you so much for your time. I have put my phone number on the screen there. Feel free to reach out if I can help you in any way.